It is 25 February 2021. It is Thursday of the first week of Lent. Our first reading comes from the book of Esther. Please note, the citation of this one is a little difficult. It is chapter C as in Charlie. Chapter C comes at the end of chapter 4 and before chapter 5. So verse 4:17 then becomes chapter C. The first parts of chapter C are the prayer of Mordecai. And then verse 12 of chapter C, which is where our reading starts, is the prayer of Esther. Part of our reading I have lengthened to include more of the prayer of Esther, to give it the full historical significance, because this is one of the historical books. Queen Esther, seized with mortal anguish, had recourse to the Lord. She lay prostrate upon the ground, together with her handmaids, from morning until evening, and said, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, blessed are you. Help me, who am alone, and have no help but you, for I am taking my life in my hand. As a child, I used to hear from the books of my forefathers that you, O Lord, always free those who are pleasing to you. Now help me, who am alone and have no one but you, O Lord, my God. And now come to help me, an orphan. Put in my mouth persuasive words in the presence of the lion, and turn his heart to hatred for our enemy, so that he and those who are in league with him may perish. Save us from the hand of our enemies. Turn our mourning into gladness, and our sorrows into wholeness. Extension. You know all things. You know that I hate the pomp of the lawless, and abhor the bid of the uncircumcised, or any foreigner. You know that I am under constraint, that I abhor the sign of grandeur that rests on my head when I appear in public. I abhor it like a polluted rag, and I do not wear it in private. I, your servant, have never eaten at the table of Haman, nor have I graced the banquet of the king, or drunk the wine of libations. From the day I was brought here till now, your servant has had no secret except in you, Lord, God of Abraham. O God, whose power is over all, hear the voice of those in despair. Save us from the power of the wicked, and deliver me from my fear. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.